If England hold this thing at the end, Stokes has got a player of the series medal around his neck.
You just looked at me like that. I can hear him grunting.
Cut, lads, cut. He can't. Before he does it, he can't.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Pastries, pastry fan?
Not really a pastry fan, I've been on the health kick of late. Don't worry, I've got Harmison and Marcus here, they'll eat it.
How are you, Darren?
Yep, here he is.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's getting a bit.
All right, give over, I'll be back in for another transplant. How you doing, partner?
I'm good.
All right, lads.
Oh, here
How
he
we
is.
going? Couple
Marcus,
of big quicks. I'm outnumbered.
You're
How
right,
you going,
Ian.
mate?
What's
All
that he's
mate,
got?
how are you? Look at this.
Look at that, it's started
You know what?
already.
This is the first time I've ever seen it. I think I'm the only Aussie that's played 2 Ashes and never won it.
But
It's all right,
don't
mate.
give it to him.
Don't give it to me because I've never won it either. There's only Army that's won it. I don't know how. Well, I do.
Yeah.
You had four good fast bowlers and you had KP and Fred.
You,
That makes a difference.
you retired and we got some better ones.
I know.
How we doing, lads?
Very good.
Confident from afar?
Yes, I'm confident. Are you confident?
I don't know which way to turn when we're considering the Ashes, mate. I will be honest with you, because I think, well, it's your hometown. It's all starting in Perth, right?
Yeah.
I think it's such an important game, and the reason is not because it's the first one. I think it's because the second one's a day-nighter.
Day-nighter.
And I think the day-night test, the second one in Brisbane, is like a toss of a coin. It's a bit of luck on when you're going to be bowling in the right conditions. So if you don't get off to a good start, and you get on the wrong end of it,
Which we
under
don't.
lights, which you could do easily. We've all been in them situations. You're 2-0 down and it's over.
Yeah. I'm like, I can see a day where either side can win 3-2. I can see either side winning 5-0, 4-1. I really can't predict what's going to happen.
I reckon there's a quiet confidence, which I reckon you always get. Some people say it's arrogance, but I think there's a quiet confidence with the Aussies and the public down under. But also, I reckon there's a lot of respect for this English team. I think they've still got to do it, and there's still some big hurdles for them to come across. But I think I've seen some quotes from Hazelwood over the last couple of days. A lot of respect in the press, which you don't normally see. So I think they know that England can blow up on any given day because of the natural striking and the power and the attacking nature. But they also realise they can take a game away within a couple of sessions.
Rooty could arguably, we could call him the greatest ever player to play for England, right? But if he comes back from Australia this time, without 100, it means 2 things. People are going to question, is he the greatest of all time? I still think he's right up there. And also, we're going to have to see Matthew Hayden run round the SCG bollock naked, which I'm not too keen on seeing, I must admit. He looks like Buzz Lightyear as it is. I mean, imagine him running round the SCG naked if Rooty don't get 100. So what's your thoughts on Rooty, Army?
I'm pleased you asked me what the thoughts on Rooty getting 100. I hear us running around with bollocks out.
But what do you think, Rooty? Do you think I think he's going to cash it. I think he's going to get a couple.
I think there's 2 or 3 givens in this series. One, that Australia's bowling unit will be very, very good. That's a given. I think the other one is Smith and Root will score runs. They're both.
Well, is he going to get 100? And if you don't get 100, are you going to run around the SCG bollock naked?
No, I'm not going to make that. I'm very good at making stupid statements and putting my size 12s in my mouth, but I ain't running around nowhere with no clothes on. I think Joe Root is one of the all-time greats. It's very difficult to go era to era. I think in this era, he's the modern generation, one of the modern generation greats. Yes, he will want that monkey off his back that he gets 100 in Australia. He's got the likes of Adelaide will be a nice place for him to bat. If there's anything, when the ball bounced, that outside edge has come into play. Bowling got him a couple of times, and if Perth's going to bounce, if he's put pressure on and he doesn't get 100 in the first Test match, then people will put pressure on. From the outside, I don't think Joe will feel the pressure at all. I don't think Joe's gone into a Test series, a big Test series like India or Australia, in the form he's in right now. Forget what's happened in New Zealand then 1 day, but the way he's played over the course of the last 18, 24 months, if he doesn't get 100 in the next 5 Test matches, he was destined never to get 100 in Australia because he's in that good of a form. Will it bother him? I'm it might deep down when the doors are closed, but I don't think it'll show that it's bothering him. He has been, I think he's an unbelievable person, an unbelievable cricketer. And if he does get 100 in Australia, then he is with, I don't like comparing eras, but he is with the ones that are right up there.
What's it like being, an Englishman going over there and touring? You've obviously got the Barmy Army to support, but obviously the Aussies give a bit of stick too, don't they?
My first trip to Australia, I mean, we got abused at passport control, telling us how bad we were. I think we did our first fielding session, I think, for an hour and a half, which was it was great for us. I think we dropped 4 catches in the whole of that time. Fletcher was over the moon, which is a big thing for Duncan to smile. And he was like, "We've done well, lads. Our first trip, getting used to the sky and stuff like that." We dropped 4 catches, and on the news that night, England's A games turned up, and all 4 catches that was it. We knew. So as a young player, I didn't know what I was expecting. I was waiting off the older ones, and then we played. I think you played in the game after that at the Wacker, and we played a Farmers 11 at the Wacker. We weren't very good in that Farmers 11, and he was on the trip, and you and Nasser fell out. And I mean, at one point, Nasser's throwing things at Goughy, and Goughy's throwing his bowling boots at Nasser because he's
I didn't need
not
them.
fit, 'cause he didn't need them. And I'm scratching my head going, passport control's abusing us. The news is abusing us. We're going to play against Langer, Hayden, Ponting, Martin, Steve Waugh, Gilchrist, Warren, McGrath.
They were pretty good, weren't they?
And my hero, Darren Gough, growing up, is now throwing his bowling boots at the captain, Nasser Hussain. I don't think we're going to win this series. I really don't think we're going to win this series. And that was before my second test match. We didn't.
Well, mind games plays a big part when you go to Australia. You get stick all the way through. And one of my heroes, not heroes growing up, but one of the players I watched on TV were Booney. And in '94, I think I told you this last week, didn't I? 94, the way I used to go about it, I said, right, I'm going to pick a player each game. I've always done it. County game, test match, one day international. I say I'm having him. Might be something he does in warm-up, might be this or that. Booney was purely because he was one of the players who were massive for Australia, late 80s, right? So I goes, I'm having him. And he was my first Ashes wicket. He left it at Brisbane, nipped back, buff. So I went out to bat, and I'm friendly, right? When I ain't got a ball in my hand, I like to talk to people. I feel secure.
Is he a bat pad, is he?
No, he's bat pad.
Yeah.
So I goes out, and I'm going to bat pad, and I go, "Hi mate, you all right? Taking me mat." And he just, so the best sledge for him, he actually never said anything. He just looked at me like that. His face never changed. He had got tash handlebars, and he stared at me. And I actually shit myself. I thought, oh my God, I'm stood here, so he's behind me, which made it worse. Well, he's there, isn't he, to the side. And I'm thinking, he don't like me.
Snarling at you.
Yeah, snarling. I can hear him grunting. And then you hear, obviously, Ely back then, Steve Waugh, they're all at it, and all that stuff. Champagne cricket on a beer budget and all that crap.
They used to chirp around you, didn't they?
Yeah, like we tough as lenders, your brain, we want to build an idiot and stuff like that. But I think, and he couldn't get out of my mind, but he didn't speak to me. And then the whole series, he never spoke a word to me. And then at the end of the series, nicest bloke in the world.
He is the nicest bloke.
He come up, bought me a beer, and hey, let's have a chat. We're like, oh, he does speak, because I didn't think he could speak. So when he goes down to Aussies, right? So we talk about Booney sledging without actually saying anything, and just the way he looked, right? Because he looked like a bulldog chewing a wasp. But when you played in the Aussie side, was there like a conscious effort to go at the opposition? Did you pick certain players to go at?
Opposition captain was always one.
Really?
And that was punter. So I played under Ricky Ponting.
Yeah.
And I think they inherited that from Steve Waugh. I reckon Steve Waugh would always pick a player, go at Nasser, go at the captain. And Ricky was the same. So team chats, all the lead up to the series, we keep the captain as normally a batter, probably bats 3, best player. So keep him quiet, we keep the opposition quiet. And Punter was big on that. He would target those. And then in terms of sledging, the teams that I had Mitch Johnson, when he got it right, geez, he didn't have to say a word because he bowled that fast. But just thinking back of, Broadie's comments, we had Doug the Rug Bollinger. He would chirp all the time, but he didn't know what he was saying. He would entertain us more than the opposition.
A bit like McGrath. McGrath used to chirp.
He was the Aussie version of Steve Kirby.
Oh, McGrath never chirped at you. I actually never heard him chirp because he used to look at you and then
You'd
pull
have to
his
go-
shirt down,
You'd
and
have to go
then turn
yourself.
around and chirp you while he's walking back.
He would have a go at himself more than anything else.
What did he actually say
It's
to
like
me?
swearing at himself. We
I
talked
hated
about
that though. It got on my nerves more, but he didn't chirp me to my face. He like chirped me walking away. When it comes down to prediction, I'm going to start with the Aussie. What's your prediction for this Ashes, and who do you think are going to be the star players from each team?
I've said all along, I reckon it's going to be 3-1 Australia. I know we want a really tight series. I just think we're going to be too good.
3-1 Australia. Who's going to be the star
Sydney.
players? Come on.
Like I'm backing Smith to have a really big series. I think Marnus Labuschagne is in arguably
Good
some
shout.
of the form of his career coming into this series, and coming back of being dropped and about out of the team, he's going to be pretty motivated. So I think those two could be scoring really heavy. And then you can't go past Big Hazelwood. I just think he goes under the radar a lot with Stark and Cummings.
So no English players in there, no? You've gone
Oh, that's what
three
I thought
Aussies.
you asked me about the
Oh,
Aussies.
no, I'm asking you about both teams. I mean,
Both
who's going to
teams.
star
Well,
players?
those
So you've
three
got
are gonna be
Labuschagne, Smith, and Hazelwood, and no English in there, right?
Okay,
You can leave it at that. if you want.
I'll add one. I'm going to add one, and I've said this as well, not here today, but with friends and mates and stuff. If he plays enough of the Test series, which I think he will, I think the Smoky to perform really well is Bryden Cast. I know he's a Durham boy, but I just
I
think
like him.
he's got that pace. He swings it away. He's built and looks a bit like an Aussie quick, and I think he could be someone.
And
And
he's
if
got
he
aggression.
reverses as well, end up being for a new contract off your
And he could, and he's got aggression, and he could be the first person to start a fight in Australia.
Yeah.
He could.
Well, he won't be the
He's
first.
what, off the field.
No,
He won't be the first.
No, on the field, on the field.
Prediction, come on.
I'm going to say 3-2 because me
Which way though? Because you always say 3-2 either way.
I'll go 3-2 England because I'm going to have to back England, but it's me heart saying 3-2 England, me head saying 3-2 Australia, because like Northy's saying, I think this is a good side, and the tipping point, which I think has done it for me, is that 6 months ago I would have said England all way. I think Marnus back in form. I think that's
And
going to. I know for a fact that in Ashes series, Smith and Root are going to probably cancel each other out, and they're going to score runs because they're both world class. The one that I thought 6 months ago, where England have got a great chance, is because Smith could be vulnerable to 20 for 2, like Root's been so many times for England, because 1, 2, 3. Khawaja against Pearce, whoever they pick it to, whoever they pick it 3, because it could have been Cameron Green if Marnus hadn't had the runs he's got. All of a sudden, Smith's vulnerable. He's got at. Now Marnus at 3, I think that's a game changer for Australia and something England have to get over. I agree, Cars. I think he could be key for England. You can't look past Stokes. If England hold this thing at the end, right? If England hold that thing, I'll hold it because I'm the only one that can. If England hold this thing at the end, it means Stokes has got a player of the series medal around his neck.
Right.
And I
Good
think
shout, good
that
shout.
for me is huge. And if he is got a player of the series around his neck, it means he's been there for the whole 5 Test matches.
Well, I'm going to say
And
something.
that's key.
I'm going to say something which I can't believe I'm going to say it.
Are you going to go Australia?
And it breaks my heart.
You can't go Australia, Darren.
It breaks my heart, and I've been always someone
Well, that
that
tattoo
goes with
you've
the
got on
heart.
your chest.
3 lions,
You've got it on your arm.
tattoos everywhere, England through and through.
You can't.
But
Cut,
I'm going
lads,
for-
cut. He can't. Before he does it, he can't.
I'm going for the double bluff,
Are you?
and hopefully it works that way. And I think it does go, as I said earlier, depends what happens in that first test, but I'm going to go 3-2 Australia.
Straight to Australia.
And it kills me to say it. And I think not one person's mentioned yet England, Harry Brook. I think Harry Brook, if he has a good Ashes, we win 3-2 definitely. So I've just gone England to lose 3-2, but I want to send my wishes to Australia and to arm me with a 3-2 England.
No, 3-2 England
Good
for me.
Good luck,
3-2
mate.
for me.
Shake his hands first, because
Yeah.
he's English. And
Thanks for coming on.
Good luck for he's
I like
ugly.
you back in Australia. It's good, Goughy.
I
Yeah,
never
thanks, mate.
ever would have thought you would have gone for Australia.
well, look,
Never thought England, Australia.
I'm going for the double bubble.
Yeah.